Hi everyone, Katarina from Bloom and Passion here. Thank you so much for watching my video today. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how I made this beautiful wiper pop-up card. So I've had this paper and clip art set for quite a while on my laptop now. These are digital files. I printed and cut them out. And I wanted to use them again for a card, and I've used them before on different styles of cards, but I always had the idea of them popping up like that. There would be cool, and I really love how it turned out. So this is what I'm going to go with today. Now, the papers and the clip arts are from a shop called AMB Illustrations, and I got the paper and clip art set about a year ago, perhaps, something like that. And I bought it on Etsy, but they moved off Etsy now and they operate on their own website, so I will link to it below. You can check them out. I have to clarify, I don't get paid for promoting the products. The reason I'm mentioning this because they're really good quality at a really good price point. I am always happy with what I get from them, so if you want to go and check them out, the links will be below. So this set is from the Girl Birthday Pink Circus. Just looking on the laptop screen here, there's all different elements that you can add to this, from numbers to photo frames. It really is cute. There's even digital stamps that you can print out and color in yourselves. This comes in different color combinations. So yeah, head over and check them out if you wish. Now for the sentiment, I used this die that says, "Yay, it's your day." And this comes from a set by Made to Surprise, and the card was actually inspired by this die set, only I didn't use the dies because I wanted to make it a bigger square card. So this is a 7 by 7 inches, and this would make the card 5 by 7 inches. But I did use the sentiment. I love it. I've used this on so many cards before. I think it's a real fun sentiment. I love this die. Okay, so for today's card I'm going to change up the colors a bit, and I'm going to change up the elements that I use. For today's card I chose to go with a little lion instead of the elephant, and this little one. Okay, it will be fun. Oh, let me grab my scoreboard. For the card base we'll need 2 pieces of cardstock that measure 10 inches by 7 inches, and on the 10-inch side I'm going to score down at 1 1/4 and 2 1/2, and I just flip it over and score on the other side as well, because this will be folded back and forth and I don't want to stretch the fibers the wrong way and rip the paper potentially, because this is obviously kinetic card and will be opened and closed a lot, so it's safer just to score it on both sides. I'm going to fold it in, burnish the fold line, and this one I'm going to fold out and burnish the fold line. Okay, so now it looks like this. I will need 2 of these, and this one I will flip over, and this is how I will glue them together, but not just yet, because first I want to add this little piece for the mechanism. Okay, so for that piece I'm going to use acetate on the card when I'm putting it together. Just to show you, I'm going to use a piece of cardstock because it would be just much easier for you to see. So what I'm going to do, this measures 4 inches by 1 1/4, and on the 4-inch side first I'm going to mark at a little, I'm just going to mark it with a wee dot at 1 inches. Turn it the other way, and I'm just going to mark it again at 1/4 inch. This way I have a 1-inch section in here and a 1-inch section in here. Okay, now next I'm going to line these 2 dots up in the same groove, and I'm just going to join them. Now you can do that, you can join them up with a pencil if it's easier before scoring. I'm going to fold this back towards me. Okay, now this is the part where you're going to add either your glue if you're using cardstock, or double-sided tape if you're using a piece of acetate. Okay, so now they look the same. I hope the camera picks that up. So this is the bit that I'm going to be using. Piece of cardstock, one that's going to be on the front of the card. Okay, lie it down and place this in between these 2 score lines, okay? So not on this first bit, but on the second section of 1¼ of an inch. Now this measure exactly the same size, 1¼ and 1¼ of an inches. I don't want this to be catching on that score line, so for that reason I'm just going to trim away a little bit on this end. Just about 1/8 of an inch, or not even, just so I can stop it from catching on that score line. Okay, and I'm going to place it in here. Now how far down or how far up you go, it's entirely up to you. It will suppose depend on the decorations that you're going to be adding onto this piece of cardstock or acetate. So on this card I went down, I think 2 inches. Yes, 2 inches. So if I just put the ruler beside it, and I'm going to line it up in around that 2-inch mark and just press it down like so. Okay, so now when I lie it flat, this is how the mechanism will work, but it won't the mechanism won't really work until you actually attach the back side to the front. And now you can see it pops up and goes back. I have to just burnish it down a little bit more, like so. I should do it now. If I see, and pop back down again. Once it will be decorated and all, it will make the cardstock heavier. It won't push out like so. It will work perfectly. Okay, so what I'm going to do first, I'm going to decorate the front of this card. Now, instead of the pink glitter cardstock, I used blue glitter cardstock. Okay, so okay, so this doesn't look square to me. What did I do wrong? I think I know what it is. Okay, so on this one I went 1½ and 1½, so I scored at 1½ and 3 inches. Okay, while on this one I went 1¼ and 2½, so this actually now is 1/2 an inch longer than it should be for this to fit on it, because I really like the square shape of that card. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to trim away 1/2 an inch from this side. Now the mechanism will work still the same way. There'll be no issues. The only difference is that these bits in here will be just 1/4 an inch shorter than on the card I made previously. Okay, but you can adjust this. You can make this longer, you can make them shorter as you wish. You know, it really doesn't make any difference for the mechanism of the card. They just look a bit differently. Okay, yeah, so that's a mistake again. So I'm just going to grab my trimmer and I'm going to line this up at 7 inches. I'm just lining that score line up at 7 inches. And there we go, and cut 1/2 an inch away. Okay, so now it should perfectly line up, just like so. See, no such a thing as a mistake in crafting. You can always fix it up somehow. Okay, so again 7 inches, and cut this 1/2 an inch strip away. Okay, so all fixed. The only thing that the pieces that I cut for here will be too big now, so I have to cut them down a bit. It's okay, I will walk you through it when we are doing that bit. Boy, how did I do that? Right, so I'm going to decorate the front of the card first. So I'm going to use my cola glue for the glitter cardstock. And the decorative paper I'm going to use this time is this blue one with the balloons. On this first one I used this purple starburst gift card. This one is a blue starburst decorated with the balloons, which I think are cute. This is what I'm going to put on top of the glitter card. Now I already added some double-sided tape. Now I already cut out the sentiment, yay it's your day, from that same blue glitter cardstock. I layered it up. I think there's 2 layers of white cutouts and then the white strip of paper as well to make it pop. I'm going to use the same kind of a circus tent that I used on the first one. I'm gonna go similar with the decorations. Okay, so now I'm going to add this and bring it lower perhaps a bit, and this will be going over here. I think that looks cute. Okay, so I'll add this first. Now, so I already prepared and backed up with a bit of a foam tape the lion that I will be using on this side of the entrance, and this little guy on here on this side of the entrance. I think that looks cute. So I'm just removing the backing of these double-sided tapes. Now, before I further decorate this, I want to add the backing of the card. Okay, so I'm going to be adding glue onto the... So I'm going to add glue onto this last bit on the card, this 1 1/4 of an inch bit, or 1 1/2 if you've done the measurements right. I mean, there's no right or wrong, it's just different. Okay. So I'm thinking this is why my this bit is not working very well, because now it is catching, because it should be a little bit smaller than the section itself. Yes, so because I went 1 1/4 of an inch with this, I'm going to cut a little bit more down of this one so it won't be catching. I'm just finding my scissors here. Yeah, so just cut another bit of down from this. It really won't make any difference. There's still plenty of room to add my little clip art onto this. Now should work a lot better. No, it doesn't. Why not? Let's see. Okay, so now it works perfectly. Here we go. Okay, so if your sections are 1 1/2 inches, you can leave these 1 1/4, but if these are smaller, like 1 1/4 inch, then leave this 1 inch width. Okay, and if you're going 2 inches with this, then this can be even wider if you wish. Okay, now, right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my glue onto this other side. Glue string. Okay, now it works perfectly. see? Now, I have cut out few bits and pieces to decorate this with. Now, I always cut out more than one, so next time I want to make a card, I'm just going to reach for this little box where all the elements are, and the clip arts for the card would be ready to go. Now, I've used stars on this one, okay, but I think it looked a bit out of place with this card because of all the balloons in there. Now, I thought it would be nice if there were clip art balloons included in the file, but there weren't. So I reached for another file, and it was one of the birthday ones that had similar colored balloons from the same shop that I can add here and there. There were greens, pinks, yellows, and two different pinks, yeah. So I'm just going to add these just for a bit of a dimension, extra balloons in here. Actually, that's the same color. Green one would be nice in there. So I'm just going to add these balloons that I had already popped up on foam tape. So now, the last one to decorate, clip art wise, is our pop-up element. There's the seal that I was thinking of using on the pop-up mechanism, and whatever elements you're adding to this bit now, just make sure that you don't come, I don't know if the camera picks up, but that you don't come up past the edge of it, because if I did that, when the card closes, it's a bit awkward to show it this way, it will poke out like that, okay, on the top of the card. So what I suggest to do is whatever you're adding, add it to this side of the add it to this side of the mechanism, and don't go past that bit in here, okay. I could still add the balloon as well, like so. I think that would look cute, okay. So it's about, except this bit. Okay, so you don't want to add any glue or tape to this bit that is not going to be attached to the acetate piece. So I'm just going to be adding my tape into there. Okay, so now to further decorate, I might add that little balloon in there. So I'm just going to add it in here. I think that looks lovely. Okay, I think that looks nice. Okay, so for extra bit of decorations, I'm going to decorate these 4 sections in here. I went ahead and cut these down to 1 inches by 6 3/4. A huge 7 by 7 piece of plain cardstock left at the back of the card where you can write your message or add your sentiment. And here we go. I think it looks lovely. Here's the other one. Bring that in. Now, to further decorate, I have this little bowl which I thought I might add in here. I also have this ticket, which I quite like. I don't know, would it look nice in there? Oh, that's not too bad. I like it in there. I might actually add one to the other one as well, if I find one. There we go. Yeah, I think that looks lovely. I'm going to no, I'm just thinking it's still missing something. I think I'm gonna go add a little bit of a glossy accent to the stars and the balloons. Okay, so now it's a few hours later. I have allowed the glossy accent some time to set, and I hope the camera picks it up. The lovely shine and all those balloons and the writing. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It's enhanced that glitter and it made it super sparkly. But what happened was quite unexpected with this one is the stars lovely and shiny. But see the writing, it's completely changed the glitter on the cardstock. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it's turned it into like a foil coating on the cardstock. I don't know, I never had this happen before. It's so unexpected, but it's so cool. I absolutely love it. The way it catches the light is just amazing. Now I don't know why. Is it the type of the glitter, because it didn't happen on this one, or the type of the cardstock, or what is it? Because it's the same glossy accents that I used on both. So there's might be able to pick up the difference between the writing with the glossy accents on it and this piece of cardstock here. It's just completely changed the look of the texture of it. It's amazing. I love it. I'm actually going to try to make some embellishments with this now. It's beautiful. So yeah, so there's the two cards, slightly different in size because of my boo-boo, but it just goes to show you that they don't have to be that exact same size. You can change the sizes and it will still work beautifully. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a tiny bit shorter ones pulled open. They are both the same size, closed. Okay, so I absolutely love this project. They're beautiful cards. I hope you give it a go. And if you're interested, go check those papers out. I think they are amazing. I will be using them again on upcoming cards soon. So thank you for watching my video, and if you liked my video, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified anytime I upload a new video. And thank you for watching today, and until the next time, bye.